Here I am again, folks. It's Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair, and I've posted a couple of videos in the past of just the 8-track section out in the open while I do my work on it and explain what I'm doing. And a couple of customers have expressed an interest in seeing that, so I thought I'd do it on this one too. This one is a 1978 Chrysler AM 8-track. It's being converted to an AM FM 8-track with the 180 watt amplifier and all that stuff. And that's the radio itself, and now here is just the 8-track section by itself, and I'll just go through a few things that I've done to it. Some of this stuff is only available at my shop, and this is of course the existing 8-track section. This is the old tape head preamp board that comes out, and it's replaced by my special very bright sounding preamp that I build by hand and that I design myself. And then this is your new motor, which all Chrysler units get. This is the your new speed control, another board that I build by hand. This is the speed control that controls the speed of the motor. And unlike before, when your unit comes back from my shop, the motor speed is adjustable if it's ever needed. If the motor should drift in speed after a couple years, it's a simple matter to get in there with a screwdriver and just make a quick speed adjustment. So the cap stand, of course, has been resurfaced in my sandblaster. That's another exclusive, only available at Barry's 8-Track Repair, the proper cap stand resurfacing techniques. So there's the basic 8-track section there. Eventually the conversion module is going to mount right here with all the wiring is going to be running to this stuff, also to the controls, the tuner assembly, all that cool stuff there. I'll run the speaker wires either out the right side or out the back of the unit. The right side will be better, of course, because there's not nearly as much interference with other stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and hook this 8-track player up. It's much easier to work on the 8-track section and actually be able to fire up and operate it with it outside of the unit. A lot of times that involves running a bunch of jumper wires and making some weird connections here and there. But at any rate, let's just go ahead and I've already kind of tweaked up this 8-track section pretty well. So we're just going to hook it up real quick. Of course, this is all temporary connections. At least let's hope. Okay, and we'll get a ground hook up here. We're going to get some power going to this thing. And the first thing you'll notice when I put a tape in is that it's very shrill and tinny sounding. That is intentional because most 8-track tapes are lacking in treble. That's one of the things that they're notorious for. So that's one of the reasons that I've designed this new preamp, is to add a lot of brightness. Actually, it is going to have way too much treble on some of the newer tapes, and it's a simple enough matter to just turn the tone control down at the radio to knock down that treble. It's much better to have that than to not have enough treble in the first place. So let's just go ahead and finish hooking this puppy up. This is our power wire for the 8-track section, I think. Okay, we got power, we got ground, we got signal connections, we got ground. All right, let's pop a tape in, and you can hear how bright this thing sounds. Now I can actually make it even a lot brighter than that. But now what you want to do is, if it's too trebly, which it is pretty trebly right now, all you got to do is just reach up to your radio, turn the tone control down, and it's going to sound great, just like that. This is a little bit of Tim Weisberg here. Let's just try the track change function a couple of times. Okay, we can see that it's changing tracks. Alrighty, so it's just a basic, a quick demonstration of the work that I do on the 8-track section alone before I finish up the job and do the rest of the stuff. And once again, let's crank that treble so you can see how bright this thing sounds. I guarantee you have never ever heard an 8-track that has this much clarity and treble. Much better on an 8-track tape. It's better to have more treble than you need. You can always knock it down than to have, for instance, the original tape head preamp did not have nearly as much treble as mine does, and that's the sole reason I designed this preamp, was to add treble to to a tape format that is seriously lacking in treble. So we'll pull the tape out. I will continue my fine work on this puppy. And with that being stated, this is Barry with Barry's 8-Track and Classic Car Radio Repair. If you have an 8-track in need of service or an original AM car radio, classic car radio that you would like FM added to, converted to more output power, you can reach me directly at 928-533-9666. You can also visit my website. That's barrys8trackrepair.com, BARRYS number 8 trackrepair.com. And if your memory is failing like mine is, I have an easier to remember website, and that one is simply classiccarradiorepair.com. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you next time. Probably when this unit's all finished and I'm ready to demonstrate the whole thing.